Hi guys, so I am in the house today. I planned on doing a bunch of stuff outside and chose not to do a bunch of stuff outside because I have some sick kids in the house. So I took this bin that I have. I've been like collecting ribbons for years, so you always are like doing these odd things and you always think that you're going to get to it one day and you never really get to it. Well, today's the day that I was getting to it for a big reason. So, we, like many of you out there, are probably seeing the prices of things and are trying to pinch pennies here and there in order to just make it right. Everything is going up. This year, we had some significant income loss due to a number of circumstances. And so we are just looking for ways to try to save money. We know that prices are rising on things, and we'd rather be proactive than wait until we can't pay for things and be like, oh, yikes. So one of those things, I have 10 girls. Six of those girls, well, I did have 10 girls, but they're not girls anymore. I have a few ladies in my house. But so I have six girls that are 10 and under. And then I have a 13-year-old as well. So we wear head coverings, as you can see here. Everyone wears them in like a different style or different whatever. The younger girls, they wear hair bows. Also, if some people who wear head coverings, they want a braid or something like that, sometimes they'll put a bow at the end of the braid or whatever. So things happen and I have no clue where half of the bows are, and I can't find ones that are matching, and yada yada yada. So I have this bin full of mess now because the 2-year-old decided to unwrap a bunch of ribbon. And yeah, so that's all over my table, but I have a bunch of ribbon. I have some this size and I have just various ribbons. So what I do is after a holiday, I will look on their clearance racks, and all of these, I have these and this. I wait until they're like 75 to 90% off. And sometimes you can get a lot and sometimes you can get not too much. So I wait for things to be super cheap and then I just pick it up and I throw it in this ribbon bin. I do the same thing with fabric. If I can get fabric for like under $2 a yard and it's fabric that I actually like, then I'll try to throw that inside of a bin so that I'm able to use it later. So what I have made this morning are just different styles. So I have some like this that I made. I had just a small piece of that, so I just did these here. To me, they don't have to be perfect. The kids will just like them anyway. This came out a bit funky, but it will be okay. Here's just one there. So then I made everyone one of these. I thought those would be good for like the Christmas season to match. So I made 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I made 6 and my daughter made 7. So it's a little bit different. She made one, and the 13-year-old, she made one. She was trying out with them. So we have one for everyone, including the 13-year-old. And then I took this one and I had some of these like headbands like this and put those on there. So years ago at Oriental Trading, I was working on a project that was letting the kids just kind of glue buttons to the top of the headband and then they'd like use it as a clip. And so I had a bunch of those left and I had those thrown in there. And then I also had some of these left, although a lot of my children have decided to take them at various times to make whatever projects. I still have a few left over there, but yeah. Oops, stuck to me. So I've just done various styles of hair ties, and then this is like the opposite of that one, right? So you have this, and then you have this. All of this here I have gotten for 75 cents. I got, not last year, but the year before, I believe it was. and I got it for 75 cents or less. I had like this budget and I was like, I am not spending over $1 for any of this ribbon. And I put like all this ribbon. And I think the 75-cent one I got was like this, which I'm not using for hair bows right now. So then I just did this too. If they wanted to have it, I made everyone one of these. So it's just, I don't know, if they want to have their hair tight and not have a whatever. So I also have half dumped all over the table. I have a bunch of buttons. I save buttons actually. So I have buttons in all colors. So I save buttons. This is not from the save buttons. I had gotten a thing of buttons off of Oriental Trading a few years back on clearance. I was getting a couple of Christmas craft kits, and I had gotten this in some cardstock, and they were 75% off. So I think I spent like $2 and I got like a big bag like this. And we've done tons of projects with it since. But it's nice because there's like the same exact buttons to be able to do different things. So then we have those ones. So I thought that I would just encourage you to try to figure out what you can do where you can save money. And I didn't know if you want to take a minute with me and I could just show you how to make just a basic bow, which is really easy. I just actually learned today, but I will show you. I'm looking for my ruler, which I don't have. My daughter was making some too. The first one I made was 10 inches. It really doesn't, 8 to 10 inches. These are 8 inches. These are 10 inches. So I'm just going to take, it doesn't really matter the length. It's just how much it would like hang off the edges here. And these bows can either go like this, or this also is the one that has like the wire inside of the, inside of it. And so you can like bulk it out as well to give it like another look if you wanted to. See the difference? It's like the same bow, but you can make it look either way. So I'm just going to take 2 pieces the same size. I'm guessing this is about 10 inches. Now I'm going to take this piece. Actually, I need a lighter. So you're just going to do a lighter right over the end just so it doesn't fray. Just real quick. Okay. So now I'm going to take these and I'm going to fold them in half. Just so you get like that crease there. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold in this way and then glue it. Excuse my messy table. So let me just go here and fold in. And then here. And fold in. Then I'm going to do the other one. Fold in half. That's just so you know where your center is. And then fold in. And fold in. There we go. So now we have 2 of these. What I'm going to do is turn it over so you have the prettier of the 2 sides and fold this in half. What I want to do is I'm going to put a drop of glue in there, but not way up to the top here, because if you put it way up to the top, it's going to be too close. You'll see after. So I'm just going to put a drop of glue and then squeeze. And then same here. I'm going to put a drop of glue in the middle. Fold in half and squeeze. So now you have this. It looks like this. And I'm going to take each of these and fold it back. So I'm putting a drop of glue. And then I'm folding back to squeeze. And then I'm going to flip over. Drop of glue. Fold back. And squeeze. So now it looks like this. Just going to hold it for a minute. Get my other one ready. Now I'm going to do the same, this, and fold back. Oops, doesn't like me. And fold back. And pinch them together. So now you're going to have two like this. So that's like the raw sides, the back here. So I'm going to glue these two together like this. I'm just going to squeeze it for a minute. Now for the next part, you can either use the same fabric like I did here, or you can use a different alternative fabric, and then that's what's going to like wrap in this middle section here. So I'm going to do the same because I was trying to make some same bows. So you're doing about 3 inches.
I made this bow right here.
I did make that bow.
It's so pretty.
So this, now you can do one of two things. You can either cut it in half and use the fire on top of that, or you can fold it in half like this. Whichever you choose to do is fine. I was trying to be a little resourceful, so I cut mine in half. So now I want the side, so this is the back, this is the front. So on the front side, I'm going to put a big drop of glue. And then I'm going to put this right in the front and then wrap around.
Didn't that look pretty on my head?
Oh my. You sound like you're losing your voice. You can use, I'm using these clips here. So they have, you like squeeze them together and then they pop open. So what I'm going to do, 1 minute please, because I'm trying to tell them how to make this. Okay, so if another mommy wants to make her daughter some, then they can. So we're going to take this here and we're just going to put glue along here. And then I'm going to put this right in here and just press for a couple of seconds. Now with this other part here, I kind of eyeballed like what I was going to be doing. So this is where we're at. I am putting glue right in there. Taking the shorter of the two and shoving that through. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, so we have it like this, I'm going to slip through the next one. So it's already slipped through like this. And I'm going to lift it up and put glue in there. And I'm going to hold this for a minute. Now, I'm going to take this and fold it back under there just so that looseness is behind there. And I'm going to glue it. Can you please stop playing with that for 1 minute? So I'm kind of folding it like back on itself. There we go. So I'm just going to put a little dollop right there. Just so all that excess is like underneath there and not hanging out on the sides. So that is how it is there. And then the closure just snaps like that. And then you have a pretty bow. After it's all dry, you can just take a wet cloth if you have any loose glue scraps on there. But there you have it. So that only took, 5 minutes or less. So I'm making a bunch of these. I'm making some for them to wear now. And then I'm going to make some for stuffers. And so we will do that. So I had, this is a good project too to do with your younger kids because, well, not younger kids, I guess middle kids, from like 8, whoever can use a hot glue gun. So from like 8 to 10, 15, 16, something like that. Sometimes the older girls, they wouldn't mind like doing a project like this to like create and use their own creative abilities. So like on these ones here, I did the same type of bow, but I didn't back over it. Oops, might help if you can see the bow. But I didn't back itself over, and I just put a bunch of them on there. This is just 3 of those like original type loops. And then I had covered the barrette, and then I just did the 3 loops and put it over, and then put the barrette button or whatever on it. So they're not super fancy, but the kids are gonna love them, especially younger girls. They love, oh, they got new bows, Okay, so I hope that helps you guys. Let me know down below like what you guys are working on and what are like just maybe little changes that you're making or thinking about changing. We used to hang a lot of our laundry. Year round, we would hang our laundry, and I'm thinking about doing some of that. Thank you. And I'm looking about doing some of that, and then I'm definitely, thrift stores we've always loved. I like to create things and make things because the kids think it's really special. So, all right, we're gonna give some love to some girls. Say bye.
Bye.